Yo, what's good people, it's your boy LLB. It's been a minute since I've actually just sat and give you guys some gems, stuff that's helped me grow as a producer on YouTube, socials, stuff that's helped me get better as an actual producer. Yeah, I don't know how many I'm gonna give you guys, but I'm just gonna go on a rant and give you guys some gems. And I'm actually gonna show you how to do these things as well. Like, it's all well and good telling you to do something, but you know, if you don't know how to do it, then it's gonna be useless information. Real quick plug before we start. I'm very close to finishing this massive bundle kit that I've been working on. It's called the Ethereum bundle kit. It's gonna have hundreds of sounds. There's gonna be a drum kit, effects kit, loop kit, MIDI kit, and one-shot kit, all in one thing. But yeah, the reason why I'm saying it is because I'm going to be dropping like a free beta version of this bundle kit to anyone that's on the waiting list. So I'll leave a link pinned in the comments for you to go through if you want to get on the waiting list to get it early. But yeah, let's get into this one. All right, man, let me run through my list and don't want to miss out on anything. All right, so the first tip I'll give you guys is just to shoot your shot. I feel like a lot of producers sleep on this at every level. I struggle with this as well, but don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Maybe there's some producer that you really want to work with. Maybe they have a bigger social following than you, or they have more subscribers than you, or get more views than you. But don't let that knock your confidence. Don't let that think you can't reach out to that person. Everyone has Instagram. You can always just hit their DMs. The worst thing that can happen is you just don't get a reply. So whether if you're trying to build up your loop email list, whether you want to collab on YouTube videos, whether you want to get involved with their channel, just hit them up. You never know what could happen. If you put the shoe on the other foot, you're always kind of keeping your eye out for up and coming producers, really talented guys. You know, they may not have the biggest social following, but you always keep an eye out. You know, you always see who's like coming up, who's like doing their thing. And let's say, for example, if someone hit me up and I've kind of seen their stuff, I've seen their Instagram, I've heard some of their beats during the beat critiques. If I know they're fire, like, I'm going to reply. I don't care. Numbers literally don't mean anything when it comes to that. If you're a talented producer, you got solid socials where people can actually open up your socials and see what your talent is, then you're going to get a reply. Sometimes producers and artists might be busy, so it does come down to timing a little bit. But if you don't get a reply, just try again like a week later, a month later. You know, just keep dropping in every now and then and just see if they're still about it. Because if you reach out in the right way, if you're talented, if you're there to give them value, you're not just trying to take from them, then I guarantee you'll get a reply. You'll get a collab, you'll get a loop email, you'll get whatever you're going for. Yeah, shoot your shot. Now, this is actually how to shoot your shot. It's all gonna be saying shoot your shot, but you need to actually, like, you know, kind of know how to reach out to someone in a way that's not spammy or that's not annoying. So let me open up Instagram. So instead of just saying yo or hello, bring some value straight away. Just be efficient with this, man. Cut straight to what you want to do, and then you'll get your answer much quicker. So let's say I'm a loop maker. I'm trying to send out loops. I'm trying to get like a lot of people on my loop email list so I can, you know, go for as many placements as possible. Here's how I'd reach out to someone. Yo, bro, I've been following you for a little while now. Beats are insane. I make solid loops that fit your style. Do you have a loop email I can send my weeklies to? Send. That's the message, man. Say hi, tell them you've been following them for a while. Do actually follow their career. Just be honest, just be authentic. But yeah, a little intro like that, little compliment on their beats. Let them know that you've got loops that will work for their style, and actually make sure they're actually in their style. Don't go hitting up rage producers if you make guitar loops. Actually find producers that work on melodies that are similar to the style of loop you're making. And yeah, just ask if they have a loop email. It's as simple as that, man. Don't overcomplicate it. There's no secret sauce. There's no secret hidden psychology when it comes to this kind of message. Just be genuine. All right, so the next tip sounds really obvious, but I'm just gonna go into detail as to why it works and why it works if you approach it the right way, and that is to collaborate. Collab with other producers, collab with artists, collab with anyone that's in our field, but do it the right way. The wrong way is just saying, yo bro, let's collab. That's another really annoying and just bad message to send someone, because what are we collabing on? We collabing on a video. You want to send me some loops? You want to make some drum loops and I add the melody? Like, what do you want to do? Like, saying let's collab is like the most generic message. And man, I've seen Kato post some funny videos about it. Yeah, it's just annoying, man. It doesn't work. But yeah, man, you got to collab with other producers. Producing isn't like as niche as it used to be when it was just like the super producers like Timberlands and like Pharrell just doing their thing. You got to collab with people, man. You got to make as many connections as possible. But again, just do it in the right way. Come with an idea for the collaboration first. Don't just say let's collab and then let them figure out the plan. You have to see the end product of the person you're trying to work with and then pitch that to them. It's no use just saying let's collab. So for me, I'm like a YouTuber producer, make a lot of videos. It makes a lot of sense for me to collaborate with someone that does the same thing. So you've seen me collaborate with J Cactus, Ocean, Scanner, Chucky, Gami, like all these guys, and it works. It makes perfect sense because we're all doing the same thing, which means we have audiences that all share the same ideas, which means that when we do videos together, it's going to resonate. So a really good example that doesn't involve me going traveling and having to like go meet people, so especially for you guys as well if traveling's a problem. There's a collab I did with Scanner about a year ago now, but it was a real basic collab, but it just worked. The whole premise was I made him a nice loop, sent it to him, he flipped it into a beat. But we filmed the whole process. I filmed me making the loop, edited all the footage, sent it off to him. He filmed himself flipping the loop, edited his his section, pulled it all together into a full video, dropped the video, and we did the exact same thing for my channel. He did a loop for me, I flipped it. It was a really fun way to work, and it was a win-win, man. He got exposed to all you guys that watch my videos, and I got exposed to all the guys that watch his videos. But again, just come with a brief, man. So here's how I'd reach out to someone if I want to collab with them on a video. What's good, bro? Been watching your content for some time now, really messing with your style of video. I've got a cool idea for a collab video if you are down. That's a real good opening message. One, because you're asking a very like yes or no question, and it's a good way for them to go and check out your stuff. If you kind of come with a good idea, they want to check you out, and if it's a match for them, then they'll probably say yes. When they do say yes, that's when you can go in with the details, man. Just say, look, I've got a cool idea. How about you make some kind of crazy melody, send it off to me, I flip it. Or if it's a rapper, just say, I'm trying to do a video where I flip an artist's vocals into a full song. But yeah, it could be a real good way to help that artist, you know, reach a massive audience. So yeah, it's a win for them, it's a win for you, you know, real good collab. But yeah, I'm rambling on, man. The main point I'm trying to get at is just be prepared for the collab. All right, next point, and this kind of like ties in with the last point, is just get to a studio. Get yourself in a studio environment as soon as possible, preferably with another producer or another artist. Don't worry about the levels, like don't worry if you're just starting out. There's rappers that are just starting out, there's other producers that are just starting out. It's pretty easy to find someone over the internet that lives in the same country that's doing the same thing. Might take some digging, might take some time, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Just get yourself in the studio, get some experience working with people around you, and your confidence will skyrocket. Not only that, but it changes your workflow. You get to see how other people work. They might have some workflow gems that you didn't know about. You might have the same for them. It's kind of like a back and forth. For me, meeting other guys that I have so far, I've learned way more, way quicker than I would if I just kept myself to myself, sat in my room and just cooked beats up all day. So yeah, just get yourself in the studio, man. It's way more fun. It actually makes you feel a bit more like a music producer. I know a lot of us guys that just sit in our rooms cooking up. You kind of do the music stuff, but you don't feel like a producer because you're not really in that setting. Getting in the studio is just a real good way to like make you feel like you actually are a producer, you know? And it's good, man. Studios are room treated, the sound's way better. And me personally, I'm just way more productive in a studio session. One, because you're paying for the studio time, and two, it's just a more music focused environment. And don't worry about money, man, because it can be really affordable, especially if you go into studios with other producers. You can split the cost in half straight away. But if you're in the UK or in the US or in a few other countries, actually, there's a studio chain that's kind of like dotted all around the world. I'm not too sure of all the countries, but they're called Pirate Studios. They're so cheap to rent. I think you can rent like a whole day for like £50. And if you're going with like another producer, another rapper, and you're splitting the cost, super cheap, man. You might have to travel a little bit. Like for me, the closest one is probably about 2 hours away, but it's worth it, man. You get to meet someone, make new contacts through them, and yeah, it just opens up your whole network. So yeah, get yourself in the studio. All right, next one, and this is kind of more producer related. This is more of like a how-to tip, but it's getting your loops structured in the right way. I feel like it's more of like an unwritten rule. I feel like this point gets slept on, and I feel like this is something you should just know as a producer when you're sending out loops. The main reason is because it's massively going to increase your chances of getting either a placement, a collab with a producer that you just want to work with, just anything that you're going for. It's going to increase those chances massively. The reason why is because it adds convenience. You can make a real like crazy loop. If you've just like put all the sounds into the first 8 bars and that's the full loop, they're probably not going to use it because it's not usable. You've put all the sounds in one 8 bar. So you just need to make sure that the loop is structured and stemmed out at the same time. It's just going to add way more convenience for the producer. And there's a way to do it that just makes it as easy as possible for a producer to flip it. And if they've got rappers in the studio, big rappers, it's going to make it way easy for them to jump on it because the producer that's making the beat can make the beat way quicker. So yeah, let me just jump in and show you real quick. All right, so this is our loop right here. It depends on the tempo, but basically if you're working between like 125, 130, all the way up to like 170, 180, and this structure's fine. So all we're gonna do is just make a 5 bar loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're just gonna have everything playing in the beginning. Then in this section, make it super simple. Just keep the chords or something like that. Then bring in one sound, bring in another sound, and then in here, maybe bring that top melody in, but like take another element out. And then there's a solid arrangement, man. Most beats will have like an intro part, which will probably be like this. Then they'll have like an 8 bar hook, and then a 16 bar verse. But just having it in this structure, having like at least like 5 8 bar loops in a solid arrangement makes it way easier for the producer because they can literally just drag the loop in and start adding drums to it straight away, and it's already basically arranged. And then one last thing you want to do with the loop is just stem it out. So just leave a gap. I normally leave like 2 bars, this little gap right here between each sound. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then that's the whole loop. Make sure that the loop name is structured right as well. Just make sure it's logical. So for example, I would put @prodllb, then put the name of the loop, put that, and then in brackets, put the BPM, 1, 2, 3 BPM, and then the key, let's just say E minor for now. And then that's the loop name. Makes it super easy for a producer to flip that, man. They can line it up straight away, get the key right, get the 808s in, get the drums in. Boom, rapper jumps on it, instant placement with Kanye West. But no, man, I thought that'd be helpful for you loop makers out there. Honestly, just doing it this way makes your life a lot easier, and it honestly will will increase your chances of getting that placement you're going for. Let's break it down by time frame, you know, how this would actually pan out. So you send the loop out, structured in that way, lands in the producer's inbox, they see the loop, play it, they like the vibe of it, they can see it's a minute long, couple minutes long, so it's been structured. They see the key, the BPM, they're vibing with it, they've got all the details they need to get working straight away. The rapper sat behind them just chilling, they want to get a beat made quick. The producer can then just add literally some quick drums, and yeah, the artist likes it, man. He hops in the booth, makes a song, label likes it, drops it. There's the placement, man. That's like the ideal situation. But it wouldn't happen if you made life hard for the producer, man. If you just made a real crap arrangement, didn't stem it out, and they're just kind of chasing you up for sounds. Yeah, get your loop structured out, man. And that brings us on to the last tip, and you're probably all gonna switch away from this now as soon as I say the word, but it is consistency. See you later, everyone. Everyone's gone now. Everyone's left the video. But yeah, if you're still with me, great, because I'm going to give you guys some perspective and just give you guys like an idea of what it is to actually be consistent. And it's honestly not as difficult as you might think. So being consistent with all this is like, obviously it's important. We all know it's important to be consistent. You know, you've got to post content regularly. You've got to be making beats regularly. But when I say consistent, I think you have to be consistent doing all the other things that I've discussed about shooting your shot with bigger artists and producers, reaching out for collabs. You just got to keep those things consistent. On top of making beats, on top of doing the fundamental stuff, you have to keep those things going as well. If you're collabing consistently, you're consistently reaching out to brand new audiences, you're trying to get in the studio with other artists, other producers, you're constantly building up your network, you're constantly becoming a ridiculous producer way faster than what you would if you wasn't going in the studio. And if you're shooting your shot constantly with artists, you're just increasing your chances of getting that placement that you want. But don't worry about going crazy with this. There's a difference between being consistent and just overdoing it. And I did see someone comment on a video that I made, I think it was like the beginning of 2022 or 2021, and they said that they've been going crazy uploading like stupid amount of videos every single day for like 3 months straight. I think it was like 2 or 3 beats per day they were uploading. The sad part is they said they just felt burnt out in the end of it, and that's not what you want to do. Figure out a schedule that you can maintain. You know, I know we all have jobs, we all have our other commitments, so just find a schedule that works for you. For me, I can manage uploading 2 really good videos per week. I can keep putting out beats, I can keep reaching out to people, linking up for studio sessions, as well as maintaining the YouTube channel and whatnot. But it might be different for you. You might be able to put out 2 or 3 really good beats per week. You might be able to put out 1 or 2 Instagram posts per week. Same with YouTube or whatever. Like, you know, it totally depends on your routine. But the key thing is just to make it suit your lifestyle. Try not to do what other people are doing. And you can kind of be smart, because you can literally put out the same amount of content if you're smart about it. So let's say, for example, if you're doing YouTube like me, you only have time to film 1 tutorial per week, or you have 1 day where you can actually film. All you gotta do is come up with a video format that allows you to make 2 or 3 videos in 1 day. It doesn't need a whole bunch of editing, doesn't need like crazy production on it, but it allows you to just crank out videos every single week. And you're golden, man. You're uploading the same amount of videos that everyone else is uploading. You're consistent with it. And if you can keep it up, that growth will come as quick as you want it to, man. Yeah, consistency is everything, man, but just make it work for you. Try not to copy everyone else and burn yourself out. But yeah, that wraps it up, man. That's everything that I wanted to say. Hope this was helpful, and I hope me just showing you how to go about doing certain things was helpful too. If you haven't got yourself on the waiting list for the massive bundle kit that I'm going to be dropping real soon, what are you doing, man? Get yourself on the waiting list. I'm going to be sending out a bunch of free beta versions of that bundle kit that I've been working on. It's going to be fire, man. Honestly, this kit is fire. So yeah, if you missed it, I'll pin the link down in the comments for you. But yeah, other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.